And welcome back to another full self-driving video. This is version 14.2.2.5. I am hoping that we are going to end up going through a school zone so we can see if it does actually interact with that school zone and go the appropriate speed. I had luck on earlier versions of 14, so I thought that the school zone stuff was pretty much solved, but some people were indicating that they did not have good luck recently on school zones on version 14.2.2.5. So I figured it's worth checking it out to see what we've got, see if we can see any school zones. Okay, this one, there we go. That should take us through hopefully a couple of school zones there. We'll see if it gets through a school zone. That would be good, so that we can test this out and see if it does slow down for the active school zones, because I know it did in the past, but maybe it was just, a fluke or something. I'm not really sure. All right, so this is... All right, so nice and clean there. That's a little bit of a dangerous intersection there, waiting for that flashing yellow. Sometimes that can be a little bit tricky, and there's a lot of accidents there, actually. So, but I did have confidence in it, and I could see that there was no cars coming as well, so that worked out. Now we need to turn it back down from Mad Max to standard. For some reason, it just will never get that speed correct, I don't think, for back there on that other road. It always thinks that the speed limit is 30 miles per hour when it's actually 45. So it's pretty important to get up to at least 45, because most people are driving 50 to 55 miles per hour coming over that hill, so got to be careful there. That'll take us through a school zone, so let's do that. I'll just remove the destination there once we get closer to it, because if we go straight here, we will go into a school zone, hopefully, and be able to test out whether it is actually taking into account school zones that are active. I'm pretty sure it should be active at this time. All right, so good news. It is an active school zone. 25 miles per hour is the flashing light is indicating. So we'll see if it does change it to 25 miles per hour on the speed limit here. And we are, so it changed the speed limit to 25 miles per hour. And I will say sloth, because I definitely want it to go actually 25 miles per hour. However, there are people in front of us, but it does show the speed limit is 25 miles per hour immediately once it enters that school zone. So we'll see if it continues to go that speed. Obviously, we're not going to be able to go faster than the people in front of us. However, they are starting to speed up, and I have it in sloth, so it is honoring the 25 miles per hour. So I feel like it's actually honoring the school zone. Now, the school zone ends here in just a few feet. Okay, so it changed over to the 45 mile per hour speed limit early, because this sign is actually up here, and I don't know, it's not even speeding up, so that was kind of interesting. I'm not really sure. I mean, honestly, that's it should be speeding up once it gets to that sign. So it kind of started speeding up once it got to the sign, even though we were getting more distance between us and the car in front of us. So I would say that's a pass. Definitely worked on that school zone. I don't know if it's just different types of school zones that people are having trouble with, that for some reason it's not handling properly, but let's see, edit trip, need to remove this, done, and we are definitely looking at whichever way we go, we're looking at road work, so that's unfortunate, but just a bad area here, really. We could go, what's wrong with this one? Let's go with that one. It does have road work, but that should take us through actually another school zone, I believe, so that'd be nice. Yeah, so I don't know if it's different school zones that other people are having trouble with or something, because that one definitely worked exactly as expected. Now, of course, we did have lead cars that were blocking us, so we could only go as fast as the cars in front of us, which were honoring the school zone. But the speed limit did, in fact, change on the navigation, and when I put it on sloth, it stuck right to that 25. Even when the car in front of us had started pulling away, it still stuck to that 25 miles per hour. So I would say that's definitely honoring the school zone and working exactly as it should. So that's good. So I don't know. I mean, let me know in the comments if you have been using version 14.2.2.5 and you've seen other things like it's not honoring the speed limit in school zones, or what. But so far, this continues to work well. And like I said, I've tried this out in previous versions of 14, and they have pretty much all worked with school zones, at least in my area. So I was kind of surprised that people were having trouble with school zones again, although I have seen other regressions with 14.2.2.5 versus 2.2.4, so certainly is possible, but haven't seen it on my end. Now this is like a temporary speed limit here. This is 30 miles per hour, and yeah, so the car didn't pick it up at all. So it still thinks it's 45 miles per hour, but technically this is like a work zone. They are doing construction work on this road, and the speed limit right now is actually supposed to be 30. Of course, nobody's honoring the 30 mile per hour speed limit, so I'm just going to let it kind of continue to go, basically as fast as the car in front of us. But technically it is 30 miles per hour here, speed limit. It's like a temporary sign. It was like orange, and then it switches back to 40 up here. So we'll see if it honors the 40 or picks that up. Yep. So it picked up the 40 mile per hour speed limit sign. So I don't know if it's reading the speed limit signs as much as it is using some sort of map data. I can't really figure that out, because the map data would almost certainly indicate that it's 45 miles per hour back there. And so that would make sense why it would think it's 45 miles per hour. And it switched to 40 here, but that probably is tied to the map data, not to it actually reading the sign. But I thought that it was actually reading signs as well, so I'm not sure. I mean, it really should be reading the signs, because obviously the school zone, I mean, that's only 25 when it's flashing, so it seemed to get that right. People are honking at this guy because they didn't quite get in their lane there. Probably should have done a better job of getting into the lane completely. Still plenty of room for people to get around though, so I guess it's just that one big truck that honked. A little bit harder for him to get around. All right, we'll see how bad the road work is here on this road. But more importantly, hopefully, we will get that school zone for one more attempt at whether it actually honors its school zone or not. Okay, so we have a new traffic circle here, which did not exist before. So this is totally new, obviously under construction. I mean, this is what's incredible about FSD and the way that Tesla has done it, is that is completely new. I'm sure it's not on any map data, and it handled it perfectly, as if, you know, just a human would do when they saw that situation. They would just handle it just like what FSD just handled. So I don't. I mean, it's actually pretty amazing how well it does that. Now, for some reason, it's going way too fast. Put it in chill. So speed control is still a problem, but it's amazing that it handles some of these other things the way that it should. Yeah, because that is a brand new traffic circle and it handled it flawlessly, even though it's not even finished and there's a bunch of construction cones around and everything, but it handled it just like it should have. So very good. See, now, like, it was going too fast in the 30 and now it's going too slow in the 40. I want to get it going faster here because I want to make sure that we can tell that it's actually honoring the school zone. So here's the school zone coming up here, 30 miles per hour. I have it in hurry, and it immediately is dropping down to below 30 miles per hour. That's great. See, I mean, it's honoring these school zones. I mean, exactly as I would want it to. So I don't know. I think that as far as I'm concerned, with the school zones that I drive through on version 14.2.2.5, it definitely seems like school zones are, in fact, solved by FSD. But again, let me know if you're experiencing something different. Maybe it's a different type of school zone. Maybe the sign's different. We had it two different ways. We had the sign above and we had the sign on the side. So there's two different types of school zones. It honored both of them perfectly. So to me, I think that is great. So I will just say I'm very happy with its performance in school zones, in spite of its other speed control issues. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.